All right, welcome back. You saw as we were going into that break, Ethan Hickey hit a 3. We immediately rejoined the action here.
I hope he hits another 3, Grayton. That's something I really enjoy watching.
He's going to have to hit a lot more than one more if we're going to be doing any more of this. But we'll see. Like I said, we may show up for the championship game, although, you know,
Grayton, I think we might have to. With the way people have been latching on to this show of ours, we might have too much popular demand not to show up.
You know, Ultimate Frisbee is the next intramural sport. I don't really know if we're going to have a team full of people we know, or it's going to be worth. I mean, you know, it's going to be nice out, so I wouldn't mind sitting out in these lawn chairs here, recording the game, but I just don't know if it's going to be as popular.
That's true.
I mean, it can't be easy to commentate on intramural Frisbee. I mean, it just can't be.
Ultimate Frisbees, it's one of those sports that's relatively new, and while it is extremely popular, it's not something you see a bunch of people watching, you know?
True.
You don't have the kind of structure and the rules like basketball does. You know, it makes it a sport that people enjoy watching. There's not that much to it.
You know, coming up here in maybe a month or so, we will have the intramural ping pong and pool tournaments. That could be something we could commentate on.
That could be.
You know what? We got to find someone to participate in the tournaments though, because filming random people playing pool might get them agitated rather quickly.
Well, if you want to do ping pong, we could just latch on to Dr. Bradshaw.
Does he play in that? I think he does play in that tournament actually.
I'm pretty sure he wins that tournament regularly.
Well, you're probably right. Although rumor has it he's better with Dr. Rose as his doubles partner. Have you heard any truth to that, or are they both equally good
every
playing
time
singles?
I've seen them, I've always been playing each other. Dr. Rose and Dr. Bradshaw, of course, about 50% of the psych department, the more experienced half.
Right.
And ping pong is pretty much what they do with their free time any given day, not in their offices. You're likely to find them over at the table tennis tables going at it with each other.
Well, I have a confession to make. You know, we were talking about banquet and after banquet going to Krispy Kreme. I ate 6 Krispy Kreme donuts while we were at Krispy Kreme, and granted they were right off the conveyor belt, so I was as fresh as you're going to get them. But I was feeling kind of bad about that. The 6 Krispy Kreme donuts can't be good for me. But then I was reading this on the news today. You know, the Obamas are currently on vacation, and their meal last night, let's see if I can get the name of this thing right, was coffee braised short ribs with ancho chili. And you know, when I looked at the serving size, 1,575 calories per serving.
Good.
And yeah, you know, when I saw that, I did not feel as bad about eating those 6 Krispy Kreme donuts. I mean, if the First Lady could eat that many calories in one serving, I can surely eat a little more than that in 6 donuts.
How do you feel about not paying the guy back who bought the donut?
Well, you know, we didn't pay the guy back. We kind of worked out a barter system where we're going to take him to Buffalo Wild Wings later in the week, and we're just going to call it even, you know, as far as gas and stuff is concerned.
That's always a good trade. Buffalo Wild Wings, one of the destinations to go to here at Bryan College. We've been going to Wild Wings for quite some time. Actually, I believe there's one waiter there who knows us.
And we know him, and we know to avoid him. Definitely not the best service. We talked about big tipping last time we went out to eat at Longhorns. You know, this guy does not get a very big tip. I think last time when our former hallmate Zach Harrison was here, the guy got 0%. Nice shot there, goes in for Ethan, making it 51-18, 6:20 to play. You know, we talk about traveling the country, but there are a few places that we like going, you know, within the confines of our own state and really the surrounding counties. Buffalo Wild Wings is one of them.
Oh, it's true. Buffalo Wild Wings, the Carmack 18 cinemas, also some place we frequent.
And you know, with Buffalo Wild Wings building their new building there, they have some outside seating, and when the weather's in the 60s like this, it's not a bad idea to sit outside and enjoy your food.
It's really not.
Of course, the smokers think that too, so sometimes you get stuck next to a couple of smoking tables, and then it's not as enjoyable, but, you know, it's still, the chicken's still good.
That's true. And really, that's why you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, for the chicken, which is really why I like it better than any other wings place. You know, other wings establishments that will remain nameless. You know, they have other gimmicks they use instead of the food that people go there for. But, you know, Wild Wings is really about the Wild Wings.
Yes, it is.
One place you don't want to go down while you're Hickson is the Best Buy down there next to
Oh.
the Longhorns. That place is terrible.
We told you about our 2-hour wait. You know what's going? I don't really know what's going on here. I can't. Oh, okay. Warner has the ball. We found the ball again. We are okay. We are back with it.
We can cancel that Amber Alert.
Yes. Well, yes. Very good. And Ethan Hickey has the ball.
Always good when Ethan Hickey has the ball. Not quite as scary as when David Corwin has the ball.
You never know what's going to happen. We've talked about his duck and cover move. Hey, Ashton Alexander's back in the game. He didn't get much playing time in the first half, but he's back here with 5.5 minutes to go in this one.
You know, Ashton Alexander actually came up to us before the broadcast began and you know, just wanted to make sure that he was going to get enough camera time.
Ashton Alexander is a self-admitted ball hog. I mean, excuse me, camera hog, not a ball hog, camera hog. Unfortunately, really, the only way to get on camera here is to get the ball. We only have one angle. It's not like we can switch back and forth. But
now we take a camera crew, and a camera crew usually requires money, and we're not making it.
That is the key thing, money. It requires money.
If somebody would like to give us some money to have multiple angles, we'd be happy to do that for you.
You know what I'd do if I had money, Helms?
You would buy more donuts.
No, I would open a mini golf and go-kart center right next to the McDonald's on that open plot of land being sold by the First Bank of Dayton.
You know, I have a feeling you'd probably make a little bit of money off of that.
I think I'd make more of it a little bit. It is a college town. There is nothing like that anywhere near here, which is kind of surprising.
There's really nothing like anything anywhere near here unless you really enjoy walking around to Walmart again and again.
True, true. Pac-Man having a tough time getting the ball to fall here, although it doesn't really matter. Steal there by Ethan, immediately loses it.
You know, speaking of there being nothing around here and traveling and all great, and you think the Spotify will be doing any traveling after the season to try to recover?
I don't think so. You know who's going to be do some traveling? Apparently Ashton Alexander was telling us she's part of the debate team. They recently won a tournament this past weekend and will be heading to nationals in none other than California, near Los Angeles. You know what that's near?
Arnold Schwarzenegger's house?
That and Catalina Island, you know. Catalina Island, right off Los Angeles. They could, who knows, they could be going there for debate tournament.
You know, I wonder if they need some commentary for that.
You know, if that's true, if they're going there for debate tournament, sign me up now. Yeah, we should ask her if they need any commentators. You know, I wouldn't mind a free trip to California. 3:22 to go here.
Free trip to California, always hard to argue with, Straighten. I got a kind of a free trip to California last year with BFC San Diego.
That's one thing you probably can't argue with, I think, if you're going with that, but we probably shouldn't get into that. We've talked about a couple of the problems you had on that trip.
Well, that's
and
true.
We don't want to dig up any bad memories. You know what's going to be an interesting break for change trip here is the one to Detroit. Detroit, Michigan, obviously struggling right now. And the state of Michigan just told Detroit they had to close half their public schools.
You know, I think Detroit might want to be one of those places you go and you come back here and all of a sudden Dayton looks a lot better.
You know, yeah, that'd be impressive. And I think if they come back and Dayton looks a lot better, we may be having a mandatory trip to Detroit in the near future. Just to keep us from complaining.
That would be a very interesting tactic by Bryan College.
55-19 our score here.
A lot of people here feel like they already make us do a lot of things, although if you look back at the history of Bryan College, the students that are here now, we get off pretty easy.
Yes, we do, and we'll reflect on that as we go to our break. We'll be right back here on
Basketball.